I'm just disappointed. Jamie Vardy should have started. Why is Harry Kane taking the set pieces? That is the main problem.
Hello and welcome back to the Soccer Brothers Podcast. This is episode number 52. I'm your host, Tarn. As always, I'm joined by my brother, Nihal. How you doing, Nihal?
I'm doing really well, man. We're in Paris right now for the European Championships. We were just in Nice for a few days, and we've really been able to experience the wonderful atmosphere surrounding this great tournament. We've been able to talk to some English fans, some Iceland fans, other fans too, and those audio clips you heard at the beginning were actually clips we recorded, including an interview with an English fan right after England lost. We unfortunately haven't been able to go to any of the matches, but just being able to watch the matches with fans and to be in the fan zone and just to experience experience everything that's going on around the tournament is fantastic. The fanfare that's going on around the tournament is just fantastic, and I'm excited to experience what Paris has to offer in the next few days for the quarterfinals. How are you doing, though?
I've been doing pretty well. We've had similar experiences. Going along with what you said, it's been kind of interesting to see the outlook about American soccer from some of the European fans, which I think has improved since, the last time I came to Europe, which is in Italy a few years ago.
Yeah, I think it definitely has. We've had some maybe impressive results. We've obviously done a decent job in the Copa América. It's funny enough, I think we've seen 3 Arturo Vidal Chile jerseys in the last 2 days.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool. We've seen a New York Cosmos shirt of all things. We've seen a lot of different things.
It's an NYCFC jersey.
Yeah, an NYCFC jersey and a New York Red Bulls backpack. So a New York trifecta.
I didn't think about that, but yeah.
Yeah, so, the Cosmos are a big brand. I was telling you that, they're a big soccer brand around the world because of Pele and all of that. Raul just played for them. So, I guess that's not too surprising, but, no, it still is surprising. But, it's great to see just those brands be something that people over here are willing to wear. And like you said, I think the outlook on American soccer has definitely improved. The perception of American soccer has improved, and I think it's something we should embrace. And a lot of the English fans are ready to admit that we have a decent team. We were talking, we were at a bar or a restaurant watching the Germany match. Slovakia, that's right. Germany-Slovakia, and one of the guys was like, the U.S. has got a pretty decent team. They might be better than we are. We are better than they are, but it's great to have that recognition, and I think I think definitely in the last 7 years, since 2009, we've really improved how we're perceived around the world. So it's exciting, and we've obviously had a good run in this Copa América, and hopefully we can continue to improve and hopefully go to the quarterfinals in 2018 and show that we are a perennial quarterfinalist in the World Cup. And I think that should be our goal from now on. Of course, you're going to have a bad tournament every now and then, but that should be our goal from now on.
Yeah. It's been great here to experience everything. And, while we're talking about the U.S. men's national team, why don't we just get straight into the last result and really the last game that we're going to see this summer from the senior men's national team, which was the third-place game in the Copa América Centenario against Colombia, who crashed out in the semifinals against Chile. It was a pretty good showing from the U.S. Some people wanted to see Pulisic and Nagbe start. They did not, but they did come off the bench. But overall, a very good performance, but we ended up losing 0-1 thanks to a strike from Bach on the 31st minute.
Yeah, I will say the one bad thing about being here is that we had to watch this match at 2 a.m., same with the final. But, it was a good showing for the U.S., and it just confirmed that Jermaine Jones is pretty indispensable at this point in the midfield, and Kyle Beckerman should not be playing. And the same thing goes for Bobby Wood and Chris Wondolowski. They really make the team, and I think we really, really missed them against Argentina, and we probably still would have lost, but I don't think it would have been as bad if Jermaine Jones and Bobby Wood and even Ali Bedoya were in there. Of course it wouldn't have been as bad, but this match really confirmed how good they are for this team. Also, another decent showing for Gyasi Zardes, except, I still think he's a little indecisive in front when he gets into the penalty box. But I think another decent showing from Giassi Zardes, and I'm excited to see where he goes now. And I know that might be surprising for you to hear, but if he continues to improve like he did throughout this tournament, I think he does have a bright future and a very high ceiling with the national team. And maybe we can attribute that to the level of competition he's played in this tournament, and how he's had to learn to sort of navigate those spaces and be in the right place at the right time. And he's obviously an important part of the national team, and he's probably going to be part of Klinsmann's plan for a long time. He's the most capped player in the last year, a year and a half.
That's crazy.
So it's good to see him continuing to prove. Final thing, John Brooks unfortunately wasn't there, but Michael Orozco at left back. Why? I rather would have seen Birnbaum than Beasler left back. And if you're Edgar Castillo, what must you be thinking? First, Fabian Johnson starts over you, which makes sense. Then Matt Beasler starts over you. Then Michael Orozco starts over you. So it seems like Edgar Castillo's not going to be there. But hopefully Orozco's done, Beckerman's done, and Wondolowski are done. Those are the three players that need to be gone from the national team. Dempsey and Jones still got to be there.
Yeah. So, but by the way Klinsmann lined up at the end of this game, he was trying to get, or in his eyes, the best players on the field. Did you think this was a loss for your Christian Pulisic because this was a good time to, see them start a full 90 minutes, which Pulisic hasn't even done yet.
Yeah.
And, the third place game isn't really valuable to the team. So did you think that Klinsmann should have, I guess specifically Pulisic and Nagbe, do you think he should have started those players?
I think Nagbe should start regardless. So, yeah, Pulisic maybe. Like you said, it's not, the game doesn't really mean much. But it was our chance to maybe come back and get some revenge against Colombia and prove, after a 4-0 loss, I think it was really important for us to prove that we're a decent team. And I think that might have been the objective here. And we played well. We really did. I thought, we probably deserved a goal in that second half. And it's not like Colombia played scrubs. James Rodriguez and Juan Cuadrado and obviously Carlos Baca played. We were a little bit unfortunate. Bobby Wood hitting the post. Ospina made some incredible saves, including on a free kick from Dempsey. It just wasn't our night. But going back to Pulisic and Nagbe, obviously I would have loved to see them start, but I especially Nagbe. I understand where Klinsmann's coming from. I think it's a missed opportunity in terms of experience, but I don't think it was necessarily the wrong decision.
Okay. Yeah. That was just a question that a lot of US fans had going in because we know that Klinsmann doesn't value Nagbe, enough to be a starter right now.
He came out and said after the tournament that they didn't play because they're just getting experience and they're getting their feet wet, which. Fair enough. That didn't stop you from playing Julian Green or DeAndre. I don't know. I guess that those guys have played more than Julian Green did, Pulisic and Nagbe. But you just have to feel that Nagbe would have really helped against a team like Argentina, and he wasn't able to make the tactical changes that he needed to make to fit Nagbe in there. And unfortunately, we didn't show. I don't know. I don't think it's that Klinsmann doesn't value Nagbe and Pulisic. Otherwise, they wouldn't be on the roster. I just think he has this. I just don't know how he thinks because he just has this thing about experience, but it sort of contradicts itself with wanting young blood. I don't really understand his logic.
That didn't really help Donovan get on the roster in 2010.
Oh, exactly.
2014.
Exactly. I don't understand. But hopefully, the World Cup qualifiers, they are starters, and we get players like Jordan Morris and Emerson Hyndman into the team.
Yeah, I definitely think that the biggest mistake that we're going to look back in this tournament was not switching up the formation and starting Chris Wondolowski in the 4-4-2 against Argentina. Right. And by far the biggest mistake was starting Chris Wondolowski, and obviously Klinsmann admitted that by taking him off at halftime. So... yeah, not good. Not good. All right. Obviously, we'll be talking about the U.S. men's national team. If you just got here for the Copa America Centenario, We're going to talk about them through all their friendlies and World Cup qualifying campaigns. So don't stay here if you're interested in that on the podcast. But we're going to move on to the Copa América Centenario final. But before we get to that, we have to talk about the soccer-themed clothing brand named Ambitious Strike. They sell amazing merchandise, and you can check that out at ambitiousstrike.com. If you want a 15% off on your entire purchase on that website, then enter the code BROTHERS at checkout.
Yep, go check them out, guys. They're fantastic.
Yeah, the Copa América final, it was in MetLife Stadium. It got 82,000 fans, which is really cool to see. The game was a little bit dull. There weren't that many chances throughout the entire game, and it went to extra time. So we had to see 120 minutes of a lot of nothing. Higuain did have a golden chance early in the first half, but he couldn't put away and tried to chip Bravo.
Right. I don't know what he was doing there. He should have just slot it home, and I think he probably got into his own head being one-on-one with a keeper.
You don't try to round and chip a keeper. That doesn't really...
Yeah, he over-elaborated, but, I thought Messi was great in this match. I just want to throw that out there. He created 6 chances. The rest of the players that played created 9 combined. But it was a pretty drab affair, not like the first match in the group stage when Argentina won 2-1, but like the Copa America final last year that went to penalties and Chile won.
Chile did win 4-2 in penalties.
Not a whole lot in this game. Of course, there were 2 red cards, so that was kind of unfortunate to see. Rojo was sent off for Argentina after was it Diaz? Yeah, I think Diaz for Chile. I don't know why Rojo was sent off. I really don't know. The referee was atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. And what was it? Like 14 red cards in the last 27 matches?
That's insane. And even Diaz, he was yellow, 2 yellow cards, and the second yellow card was just not a yellow card in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I think you can call obstruction there, and maybe it is a yellow card, but it's very harsh. And, it just completely changes the match. Unfortunately, it was 10-10, which I like seeing. I like seeing an even match, but I just think the Rojo red card, it was a straight red. It made absolutely no sense to me. Unless he swore. Remember before the tournament they said swearing would lead to straight reds or something? I don't think I saw that ever. But it's just absolutely ridiculous red card. But overall, nothing really happening. Higuain with the only true chance. Oh, actually, you know what? Aguero had a great chance in extra time. Omar Bravo made a couple of great saves and was man of the match in this tournament.
Yeah. Man of the match in this tournament.
Sorry, man of the match in this match.
Yeah, and he also won, Golden Gloves.
He did win Golden Gloves. Sorry, I was in 2 minds there.
Yeah. And they had an interesting rule in this tournament that you're allowed a 4th sub in the final of this game, so,
Final of this tournament.
Yeah.
You did the same thing I did there. I think... Yeah, it wasn't very exciting.
Yeah. And obviously Chile ended up winning 4-2 on penalties, and everyone wanted to talk about how Messi missed the first penalty for Argentina. Yeah. The first penalty as a whole before Vidal missed his, and he missed it right over the crossbar.
No, Vidal missed the penalty first.
Yeah, that would make sense because otherwise.
Yeah. Vidal missed the penalty first, and then Messi put it over. You called it. You said he's going to sky this.
Yeah, I also said he would hit that free kick against the U.S.
Yeah, you did. You said he would go...
I'm good at calling Messi things.
Yeah, that's true. It was unfortunate to see that. I was rooting pretty hard for Argentina and for Messi because he just feels so much pressure from those fans in Argentina, and he's always questioned. He deserves to win a tournament. He's one of the, if not the best player we've ever seen. He's the best player I've ever seen and you've ever seen. So it was just unfortunate to see him go out like that. And the miss was terrible. I don't know what happened in his mind there, and he obviously was pretty gutted, and he's gonna feel the brunt of the critics' messages after the match. One thing I will say though was this match going into extra time and penalties was so terrible for us because we started watching this match at 2 a.m. By the time we went to bed, it was like 5:30 in the morning.
Oh yeah,
and we had to go to where did we go? We went somewhere the next day. I think Monaco, was that the same day?
Yeah.
So it was not ideal, but that it was unfortunate to see that. And after that, Chile did what they needed to do. Bravo made his save against Biglia, and Chile go on to win, and they repeat. So didn't have a trophy before last year. They now have 2 in 2 years, and you can't really. I mean, they have to be considered the best team in South America right now, and one of the best teams in the world, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely agree. They won. The Golden Boot was a Chile player, and Eduardo Vargas. The Golden Ball was a Chile player, and Alexis Sanchez. And as we said before, the Golden Glove went to Claudio Bravo. So definitely a great tournament from Chile. They were just so solid, and that 7-0 win against Mexico in the quarterfinals was a big statement, because before that, people weren't, treating them as a serious title contender. Everyone just thought it was going to be Argentina.
Right, and everyone was picking Mexico in that match. So, it's interesting to see it'll be interesting to see where they go from here, but I think they can maybe contend for a World Cup. I don't know why they wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, if they can keep all their players healthy, then I definitely agree.
Yeah. But even when Arturo Vidal got suspended in the semifinal, they were able to win.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Against a very good Colombian team. So they buy into the coach's system, and they've done a great job executing it. And and I think the problem is, you look at their roster from top to bottom, and besides Bravo, Sanchez, and Vidal, who are obviously fantastic players, people don't see the names that they know. So when they come up against a team like Argentina, people think, it's just going to be Argentina's going to run over them. But all these players, Gary Medel is a fantastic player, and he has been injured for a long time. So they're all good players, and Eduardo Vargas too proved in this tournament he's a really good player, and he hasn't had the best of times in the Bundesliga, but he always seems to show up for Chile. So they're a force to be reckoned with, and to win 2 major tournaments in 2 years at the international level is extremely hard to do, and all credit to Chile. They deserve to win this tournament.
Yeah, I mean Vargas, and Sanchez up top, they just have a great connection, and on every counterattack they look dangerous. They're really exciting to watch too.
Except in this match.
Yeah. Well, I think part of that was the early red card.
That's probably true. Yeah, but you would think it'd be more open. It really wasn't.
Yeah, I don't really know what happened in this match. Maybe they were trying to play a little bit more safe, but this was a great tournament. I think they averaged 46,000 fans per match.
Yeah, the ratings were decent in the U.S. too. So it was a good tournament. It was exciting, and hopefully, I think the next step is for CONMEBOL and CONCACAF to merge. It's not maybe not merge, but have a tournament like this to compete with the Euros every 4 years. I think it'll be beneficial for both confederations. CONCACAF, the teams will get better, and CONMEBOL, they'll be able to get the revenue from the tournament. And there was a lot of money made in this tournament, and also, judging by the semifinals and the finals and the way Argentina reacted when they lost, and by the way Chile reacted when they won, these teams were taking this tournament seriously. And Messi said this is the tournament he wanted to win very, very badly, and I think that's great. I think it's great because it's not like the U.S. and Mexico were the only 2 teams taking this tournament seriously. All these teams were, and hopefully it continues to be like that going forward. If we have more tournaments like this.
Yeah, I definitely want to see them come together more often like this. I think the Copa America and the Gold Cup are still going to exist. I mean, mainly because of the gateway to the Confederations Cup.
Absolutely.
For each confederation, but it would be nice to see this more often. Maybe every 4 years, something like that. That would be very cool to see both confederations fit in. But you just talked about Messi being disappointed after the game. He went and said he was talking about how he's really disappointed after 3 tournaments, and he said that maybe the national team isn't for him, and then announced he was quitting the Argentina national team. and other players said that they might step forward, but we're mainly going to be talking about Messi. This just really took me by surprise. There was no hints of this before the game, before the tournament, and I just...
Yeah. Well, I think there were hints. He almost retired in 2011. I think he's always sort of felt demonized by a certain section of Argentine fans. I think the vast majority love Messi, but always being compared to Maradona, being his innate Argentineness or whatever you want to call it, is always being questioned. And I think he feels the pressure, and I think it adds a lot of stress, and he probably doesn't feel very appreciated. And I think that's all boiled over in 3 straight finals losses in 3 years. 2 straight losses on penalties, 3 straight matches in the extra time. They were so close every time, and Messi did everything. And it's unfair to blame this loss on Messi and say he didn't show up. Yes, he did choke on the penalty, but like I said, he created the most chances in this match. He was fantastic all tournament. The game plan seemed to be give it to Messi and see if he can do anything. There was really nothing else there, and he did everything he could. It's just absolutely unfortunate. And like you said, it was so surprising. I woke up, I saw the notification, I did a double take, and I was like, wait, what? I went to Twitter, I searched it up, and I saw all his quotes and stuff, and then I woke you up, and you thought I was lying.
Yeah, dude.
He's only 29 years old. I really hope we do see him at 2018. I think we will, but, maybe this is it. And it's a real shame that we won't see any more international football from arguably the greatest player of all time.
Yeah, he would still have a ton to offer in 2018 at 31 years old, and I hope he does return. But if he needs to take a step back, he needs to take a break, it's fine. No matter what, you're going to make the team a lot better when you show up.
Right.
So if he can get into a better emotional state, that can also help his game. So, everyone should just respect his decision for now.
Yeah.
But the unfair thing about this whole penalty miss thing is that if he makes the penalty and Argentina ends up winning, he's not the hero.
No.
But right now he's the villain after missing it.
Maybe.
I guess.
I think people are very divided on Messi, but I think there is a lot of sympathy for him now. Even Diego Maradona sort of went back on his words about Messi and urged him to stay with the national team. And I think people are going to realize just how good he's been for this team and how much he's carried them. And, maybe the best case is that Argentina matures as a team without him for 2 years, and then he can come back into the team, and the team will be better for it. And I think that's a possibility. That way they don't have to rely on Messi, but they'll have him on the pitch in 2018 and can hopefully, for their sake, win the World Cup. But we all know they're going to lose to the U.S. in the final. So.
Okay. I still don't think we've seen the best of Messi for the national team. I think he can do a little bit more, and that might be where he's playing in the system that he's playing in. Maybe he's got a little bit too much talent up top. But
he had 5 goals and 4 assists in this tournament in 3 starts.
Yeah, I think he had a great tournament.
He did play. Venezuela and the U.S. in the knockout stage.
No. Nothing to take away from this tournament, but I guess the World Cup, like people said, he had a great tournament, but yeah. I think he could have done a little bit more, especially towards the knockout rounds.
But what do you want him to do?
Well, I'm not saying I'm not saying he's not.
No, I know what you're saying.
I'm saying I've seen this guy play for Barcelona, and I know he can win a Golden Boot in the World Cup, and he can win a... You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if he doesn't show up for Barcelona, you still have Luis Suarez and Neymar. And, you still have Higuain and Di Maria and Aguero, but I just don't think it's the same. Because at Barcelona, he has won. For Argentina, he hasn't. So I think there's that added pressure. But, I guess I see what you're saying. But, he carried the team to this tournament, and he... Even in 2014, his goal against Switzerland, that's why they made it. He had that goal against Iran, against Bosnia. Those are moments of individual brilliance.
Yeah.
And, no one else, not very many people in the world can do that. So I think it's just, he can't do that every single match. Someone else needs to step up, whether it's Higuain. Higuain needs to step up.
Yeah, I definitely think so, yeah.
And I'm not excusing Messi's miss, because he can't do that. That's a horrible miss, and he should score that every time. Or at least put it on frame.
No, I don't know how that happened. I think I've seen him do that one other time, but for Barcelona. But you can afford to miss those for Barcelona.
And it's not a Messi Ronaldo thing. Like, this is just about Messi. And I think I know I just brought Ronaldo up, but you can appreciate both. The world is wide enough to appreciate both.
I definitely agree. Speaking of Ronaldo, we can talk about the Confederation and the cup that he's playing in, which are the European Championships, which is why we're here.
That transition, though.
It was pretty good. It was pretty fire. The first game that we saw on June 25th of the round of 16 was Switzerland versus Poland. We had two pretty good goals in regulation. Jakub Blaszczykowski, coming off a good season for Fiorentina, has had a fantastic cup and scored a goal in the 39th minute for Poland. And Shaqiri in the 82nd minute scored a really good bicycle kick to tie it up to send it to extra time. And eventually we saw it go to penalties, and Krychowiak have the game-winning penalty for Poland. Yeah,
Krychowiak iced it. They won 5-4. Poland makes all of their free kicks. The Shaqiri goal... penalty kicks. The Shaqiri goal was fantastic. Xhaka just wasn't able to convert for Switzerland on that second penalty kick. Milik was for Poland, fortunately, after missing some great chances throughout this whole tournament. So good for Poland, and they're a lot of people's dark horse favorites in this tournament, but they have a real test coming up.
Yeah, definitely. We'll talk more about that game moving forward. On that same day, we saw Wales play Northern Ireland in the round of 16, and it ended up being an own goal that brought them through from Macaulay. Gareth Bale tried to deliver in a cross, and it was a powerful cross.
Yeah.
Macaulay tried to clear it out, but it was into his own net.
It was a terrible match. Horrible soccer. I don't really have much else to say. Wales are a decent team, but wow, that was woeful. And I think Wales are the better team. And Northern Ireland, along with England, exit Europe for twice in the same week. So, unfortunately, I don't know. They had a good tournament. They got out of the group, obviously. Northern Ireland did, but I just feel like this match is what having 24 teams in a round of 16 leads to. So I don't know.
That's true. Fitness is definitely we can see coming into play here.
It's not even just fitness. It's the fact that a team like Northern Ireland is in the knockout stages of the European Championships.
I mean, there's definitely other teams to, fault, like the Netherlands for not qualifying.
No, I mean, I'm not saying they don't deserve to be here. I don't know. I don't really have anything else.
Also, one UK team had to lose this game.
That's what I was trying to say.
Oh. Wait, I thought you said...
One of the home nations. Because Northern Ireland's part of the UK, so they left Europe along with England for the second time in a week. That was a Brexit reference.
Right. I just wanted to point out that if Wales lost, then that would be another nation.
Yeah, I was starting to say it's unfortunate that one home nation had to go home, but yeah.
I mean,
interesting that an English referee was the referee for this match too.
Yeah. I mean, you said this wasn't a very good match.
I don't know. We're just rambling now. I don't even know what that was. There's really nothing to talk about.
Yeah, I guess. Moving on to the next match was
another horrible match.
The evening match between Croatia and Portugal in Lens, and it ended up going to extra time after a very sloppy full 90 minutes, and eventually Quaresma got the goal in the 117th minute.
Yeah, Nani with a great pass to Ronaldo. Ronaldo unable to score. Quaresma there for the tap-in though, and Portugal wins 1-0. And just literally a minute before Croatia hits the post. So just a terrible turn of events for them. And I'm really disappointed that we won't get to see Modric and Rakitic going forward in this tournament. But good on Portugal, and I guess they deserve to go through.
Yeah, we'll see how they fare against Poland.
Yeah.
On the next day, on June 26th, we saw France, the host, take on Ireland in Lyon, and they came back from being down 1-0 and 1-2-1.
Yeah, Robbie Brady scores a penalty in the second minute. Shane Long draws it. I don't think it's a very questionable call. I think it was a cut-and-dry penalty. And then in the second half, France is able to regroup. Griezmann with 2 really good goals, and within the span of 3 minutes, and France are able to go through to the quarterfinals. And we were in the fan zone for that match in Nice, and the crowd was just quiet for the whole first half, and the atmosphere was fantastic up until the second minute. And then it sort of got quiet, and then we went to an Irish pub for the second half. So I guess we cursed both teams.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been cool to see Ireland prevail in that environment, but we still got to see, some of the city buzz outside of the pub. Griezmann, did you say Griezmann? I say Griezmann usually, but...
I don't know. I go in between them.
The first goal just was a great header, very powerful to the top left. And the second goal was just a very nice finish into the bottom right corner. And
credit to Giroud.
Yeah.
So he was a great header down by him, and Griezmann was able to score. Griezmann.
Yeah, and the penalty in the second minute, that was definitely deserved. Pogba was just being rash.
Right.
And I caught him from behind. And then in the 26th minute, on June 26th, on that same day, Germany played Slovakia and didn't really have any trouble beating them 3-0.
Yeah, Jerome Boateng with a cracker of a goal in the 8th minute outside the box. That was insane. Gomez, a nice close-range goal. Julian Draxler, another goal. Julian Draxler was the man of the match. He had an assist on the Mario Gomez goal. Did a great job creating that opportunity. And, he's sort of... I'm glad he's playing well because, there were questions of, what was going to happen after he moved to Wolfsburg from Schalke. And he's sort of been linked with big teams. Didn't have a very good season with Schalke 2 years ago now, but able to make his way back into the national team. It's done a great job with Germany.
Yeah, Germany definitely looking one of the contenders to win this tournament.
Well, yeah. They always are.
Yeah.
In any tournament.
Yeah, I mean, even though they haven't seen much success up until, the 2014 World Cup.
Besides their, previous 3 World Cups.
Right, but in this recent time, with this group of players.
No, I know what you're saying. I'm just
maybe you want to be the host.
No. I apologize.
The night game that day was Hungary versus Belgium, and it was pretty even throughout the whole game, even after Toby Alderweireld's header in the 10th minute. But at the end, Belgium just pulled away and won 4-0.
Yeah, Hungary were trying to get that goal. They were unable to. They looked exciting. They played some good soccer. Unfortunately, they weren't able to do much. As you said, Alderweireld scored, and then Michy Batshuayi, who's been confirmed with 3 different clubs in the past day: Tottenham, Chelsea, and Crystal Palace.
I think Chelsea's the most recent.
Yeah. Batshuayi scores after Romelu Lukaku did nothing for 78 minutes. Or for 75 minutes or whatever.
Great cross from Hazard.
Yeah.
That was when he got his own pass.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was telling you, you kind of missed it. You thought it was just a great dribble, and then I was like, wait, no, he was trying to pass it, and then no one ran onto it, and he was somehow able to run onto it and then get on. And then 2 minutes later, an incredible piece of individual skill, and Hazard was able to score. Some random American dude stood up and started clapping in the middle of a restaurant. And that was just kind of weird. Circle.
I don't know what that's that, but...
It was kind of funny.
It looked like a reverse Messi kind of play. Messi would have come in from the right and then went on to his left.
And it's not like it was a huge, it was a restaurant where everyone was watching the game. It was, that was one of the dinners. We just decided to have a decent dinner and... watch the match in the back.
Just talking about the guy?
Yeah. And he just stood up. And
the fans were Hungary fans there. The fans who were there, and they were, separated.
Hungary as in fans of the national team. I just want to make that clear. We were in a restaurant.
Oh, okay. All right, why don't we talk about the next goal, Carrasco?
I mean, it was another really good goal. He's done a great job ever since he's come on for Belgium. Great pass by Roger Nainggolan, your Roma man.
I don't know if he's my man anymore because I saw him. I don't know if you saw this, but there was a picture that someone retweeted, and he was wearing a "Make America Great Again" hat.
Seriously?
I have no idea why. You're Belgian, but
okay.
I mean, I respect anyone's opinions. Actually, you know what, Roger? I'm not going to treat you differently just because of who you support.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're listening to this and you support Donald Trump, more power to you. Okay.
I just want to point that out.
But Carrasco, he's been sort of a revelation this season, and he did really well for Atletico in the Champions League final, and good on him for scoring that fourth goal. And the scoreline was really, really harsh on Hungary. I thought they played really well up until that 78th minute, and then it sort of just all fell apart.
Yeah. Even after that, they tested Courtois a lot of times during this match. He's played really well, along with him and De Gea had really impressive matches in this tournament. Which was the next match. Italy played Spain, and they ended up winning 2-0 after this was a pretty exciting match, pretty open. Both teams had some chances. I thought Italy dominated the first half.
I thought Italy dominated the whole match, maybe until the last 10 minutes where Spain was able to get some chances from pressure. I think Spain can still kick themselves a little bit because for most of the match or most of the game, it was 1-0, and they had a couple really close chances to finish it. Yeah,
PK.
Yeah.
In the game before the Pele winner.
I think Morata. I was telling you the stats today. Morata had the most shots for Spain in this tournament. Second was Sergio Ramos with 10. Third was Gerard Piqué with 8, and I think that's telling of how listless this attack has been since the Turkey match where they looked fantastic. And they just looked terrible. And, for me, Vicente Del Bosque has to go. They were eliminated in the group stage in the 2014 World Cup, and they didn't make it past the round of 16 in this tournament too. You have to say, although Italy are playing out of their mind right now, a team you feel like they should beat. And not, definitely one of Italy's worst teams they've ever fielded in a tournament. And I really don't think that's hyperbole.
Yeah, no.
I honestly think Francesco Totti could start on this team.
Okay. Conte has a system.
No, I know. I know.
He might be more talented than Giaccherini, but Giaccherini looks damn good in this formation.
I just can't. Giaccherini couldn't make it for Sunderland. It's just, I don't know, that's interesting. Conte has done a fantastic job with this team, and it's unfortunate that he's going to have to leave the team after the tournament.
Yeah, hopefully he can win it. I don't know if that would frustrate Italy fans because he just wins in 1-2.
I don't think that'll frustrate anyone. I think
he's only been here
for 2 years, right?
Not even
a year.
After the 2014-2015 season he came on.
So a year. He's been there for a year. But he's done a fantastic job. Chiellini, we didn't really go over the goals. Chiellini scores in the 33rd minute. Eder with a swerving free kick. De Gea probably should have done better, but there was a scrum in the box. Chiellini finishes. And then future Everton player Graziano Pelle scores in the 91st minute and is able to seal a deal. And we were in the fan zone for this one too. A lot of Italian fans in Nice, of course, since it's on the Italian border pretty much. So it was really great atmosphere there as well. Unfortunate for Spain. They started off the tournament so well, but crash out to Italy. And all credit to Italy, they've been playing out of their minds, really.
Yeah, they had a good tournament, and they've had a good tournament, barring that Ireland loss. But beating Belgium was definitely an impressive feat in the group stages.
Right.
The last match of the round of 16 was England versus Iceland. And I think, to most people's surprise, England ended up losing the game 1-2.
My God. Oh, it was awful. This match was in Nice, so there were a lot of Icelandic fans and English fans. So it was really cool to be a part of that. England opens up this goal scoring in the 4th minute. Wayne Rooney with a nice penalty kick. Raheem Sterling taken down in the box by the goalkeeper. Definitely looking for that one. A soft penalty in my opinion, but I think it is a penalty. And Rooney with a wonderful penalty kick. And, at that point, we were still running to the fan zone at this point, and we just heard an eruption. It was, at that point, you thought, okay, England's going to go on and win it. But just literally a minute later, 2 minutes later, Ireland gets their chance. A nice flicked-on header by one of the Icelandic players, and Sigurdsson, the defender, is able to score. And then, in the 19th minute, a good counterattack by Iceland. You have to feel like the English defender should have done better. Sigurdsson does a good job of getting around the English defense and slotting a shot that probably should have been saved by Joe Hart. Joe Hart faced 5 shots on target in this tournament and let in 4 goals. So, not a great tournament for him.
20% save rate.
Yeah, and he has not been good at all. England had some chances in the first half, many speculative efforts, but none really that close. And, Iceland, all credit to them, they did a great job of defending. They took their chances when they needed to, and definitely the best story of the tournament thus far. And it's just it's awesome to see 300,000 people. We saw the stat that if you're an Icelandic male between the ages of 18 and 34, there's a 1 in 1,000 chance you are playing for the Icelandic national team, which is crazy. Maybe our boy Aaron Johansson maybe feels like he made the wrong choice.
Yeah.
Maybe not, though.
Right now, he's not. You're not going to be playing no matter what.
Right. Well, and Gylfi Sigurdsson, the Swansea City man, is a great player. They have the talent. I don't see them beating France, but anything's possible.
Yeah.
And obviously the big news after the match is Roy Hodgson resigns. And I think, finally, he should have been fired after the 2014 World Cup. They didn't make it out of the group. Jamie Vardy wasn't starting, which I think is what a lot of people want to see. Harry Kane was on set pieces since the first match. I never understood that. He doesn't score free kicks. And why is he delivering the ball? I know he only scored 1 header or from a corner kick during the season this year, but you got to have him in the box. That was just weird to me. Raheem Sterling has been terrible. There was a story today that the English players were not happy with the continued selection of Raheem Sterling. Jack Wilshere should not have been on this team. Jordan Henderson should not have been on this team. It's just a lot of disappointment there. And I think Hodgson needed to go. And I think, honestly, I think Jurgen Klinsmann's a better manager than Roy Hodgson. And I know he's sort of been linked with the England job. I'd be happy to see him go because on the flip side, Iceland is everything the U.S. could be. Organized, good on the counter, taking the chances. We have better players than Iceland, but we can play that type of game and play it maybe and take it more to our opponents. You know what I mean? And I just seeing that frustrates me because we could win matches against a team like Argentina if we played like that. Horrible result for England. Terrible result. Absolutely disgraceful from the team. They really looked like they couldn't be bothered. And I think the blame is squarely on Roy Hodgson in this one. And, of course, he's gone. So, I don't know who will take over for England, but they have a lot of work to do before the 2018 World Cup in Russia. But Iceland, what a story, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind, I guess, France or Iceland winning, but you have to say it would be cooler for Iceland to advance to the semifinals of their first major tournament. That would be amazing.
Yeah, it would be. Although I kind of do want to see France win the tournament. I think whoever wins this match, I'll probably be rooting for going forward.
I thought you were going to say whoever wins this match wins the tournament.
No.
Well, I guess at that point, you're just like, okay, I'll take Iceland.
Okay. Maybe.
All right, why don't we preview the upcoming quarterfinal matches? Our next few episodes are going to be all about the Euros now that the Copa America Centenario's ended, so let's get a start here. On June 30th, Thursday, Poland will be taking on Portugal. Who do you have in this one and why?
I have Poland. I just think Poland's a better team. I think they played a better team in Switzerland than Portugal did in Croatia. Although it's close. Croatia's a really good team. Maybe I'll take that back. Maybe I take that back. I think Poland's attack is just going to be too much for Portugal. I think Robert Lewandowski is obviously a fantastic striker. I think Milik is going to get it together. Blaszczykowski has had an outstanding tournament, and I think they're going to get it together and beat Portugal. Portugal, on the other hand, I have not been impressed with. Renato Sanchez, a really good young player, I haven't been impressed with. I don't think he's really commanded the midfield as well as he should have. I think Cristiano Ronaldo up top really limits his talents, and he doesn't really know what to do in those positions. He can't use his pace. He can't use his one-on-one dribbling to get around a player from the center of the park. And I think their defense is not great. And I think a player like Robert Lewandowski can really exploit the spaces, and a player like Blaszczykowski can put the ball on can put the ball on a dime, and Lewandowski can score. And they already have built-in chemistry from the days at Borussia Dortmund. So I'm going with Poland in this one.
I agree with everything you said, and I think the only way that Portugal wins this is
Ronaldo has to play out of his mind.
Yeah, Ronaldo has to play out of his mind, and maybe even on the wing. I don't know if they would do that at this point. And they don't really have a true forward.
They have Eder, who's not very good.
Bench. Or he has been on the bench. He would have to start.
Yeah.
Ronaldo has to play out of his mind. He has to play really well, and he just hasn't been doing that.
Yeah, and Glick in the center of Poland's defense is very, very good. He plays for Turin, I believe. So he's a very good player. And Poland, like I said, a lot of people's dark horse teams, and they have a chance to make it to the final here. On their side of the bracket, it's Poland, Portugal, Wales, and Belgium. And what's really cool is no matter what, we'll have one team who has never played in a European Championship final. So it's exciting.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, going back to Portugal, you have to say that a lot of people expected Portugal to win that group with Austria, Hungary, and Iceland, right. And it was disappointing for them to finish third in the group and get through.
Right.
Which is, I mean, if you put that in perspective, I mean, there's 24 teams this time, and you finish third in your group. Right. That would never happen if the old Euro format.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think I just don't think Portugal are a very good national team, to be honest. And we saw it at the 2014 World Cup; they weren't very good. They were uninspired. Ronaldo, yeah, I feel bad for Ronaldo because he's playing out of position. He's frustrated, and he hasn't been able to do what he does so well for Real Madrid.
Yeah, I agree with you. And the next game, which will be the next day, July 1st, Friday, Wales will take on Belgium. 2 years after Belgium beat the U.S. men's national team in the 2014 World Cup. Yeah,
it should be a very, very interesting match. I'm going with Belgium in this one, and I think it's going to be 2-3-0. Wales have done a great job. Gareth Bale can obviously make some things happen, and it's possible that he has a moment of brilliance. Aaron Ramsey has been playing really well. I just don't think they have the talent to compete with Belgium. Belgium are stacked, and I think whoever they play at striker, whether it be Batshuayi or Lukaku, whoever it is gonna give the Wales defense fits. And obviously they have absolute world class player in Eden Hazard on one wing, and they have a decent defense with Toby Alderweireld back there. They have Thibaut Courtois in goal. They have Raja Nainggolan, who I rate very, very highly. I think he's one of the best midfielders in the world. In the center of the park, along with Axel Witsel, and then of course Kevin De Bruyne. So I just think that's all of that. It's just too much for Wales, and I think Wales have sort of gotten to this point. They beat Northern Ireland in the round of 16. They did not have a very difficult group. They had Slovakia, England, and Russia. They were able to win the group, though. All credit to them. But I think Belgium is just going to be too much for them.
Yeah, and I would go as far to say that Belgium is going to win this match just like they did against Hungary. I think they're going to score a goal early, and I think Wales will give them a bit of a fight, but they're going to end up pulling away at the end.
I think Belgium are going to dominate throughout.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I don't think Wales midfield is good enough.
I think if they can execute well on some of the attacking opportunities, I mean, they have Ramsey.
Well, Joe Allen and Aaron Ramsey have to play really well on this one.
Yeah.
And they're capable of it, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I'll take Belgium in this one. Moving on to the other side of the bracket, on July 2nd, Germany-Italy will face off. Who do you have in this one?
Well, I want to know who you have in this one, because you're a little bit of an Italy fanboy. I think Conte has done a great job. I think it's going to be a close match. I think it's going to be a more defensive match than people might expect. I think Germany is going to win. I really do not think Italy has enough in their attack to be able to score against Germany, to score more than one against Germany. They have maybe a difference maker off the bench in Stephen El Shaarawy, if he gets on the pitch. But Eder, Pele is a good goal scorer, but Eder and Pele up top don't excite me. Pele up top doesn't excite me. And then, Florenzi and Desilio at wing backs. It just, in my mind, it doesn't make sense for Italy to win this match, but Conte has done a great job with the team, and it's definitely possible. I think they're going to be overpowered in the midfield by Toni Kroos and Sami Khedira and Mesut Ozil, and I just can't see him competing. I can't see Emmanuel Giaccherini and Eder or Pele or whoever's up there getting around Boateng and then that great and Neuer and Hector and that great and Hummels and whoever's playing there and that great German defense.
Yeah,
I guess sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but the German defense has looked suspect at times in this tournament. I don't have too much confidence in Italy's attacking force. That's all I'm trying to say.
Nihal owes me $5 after Italy beat Spain 2-0 because I picked Spain and I picked Italy and he picked Spain. Can I say that? Can I say that Italy is more talented than Germany? No, I cannot. But I think that Conte has done such a good job in this tournament, and I think Italy fans definitely overreacted after that loss versus Ireland. But they've got multiple players that can play in that wing-back position. Florenzi just did a great job with his work rates, getting up and down the pitch. He also provides a threat on set pieces and crosses.
So you're picking Italy?
I'm picking Italy, but
okay.
Matteo Darmian also fits perfectly into that spot. You saw him get involved late in the attacking game and provided that deflected cross into Graziano Pele, who finished the second goal against Spain. And the midfield is very strong, and the center backs, those three center backs have done a great job. And I think on set pieces and some of those 50-50 balls, they will come through, and they're going to grind out this match, and I think they're going to win in extra time.
Nah, you're crazy. 3-1, Germany.
Okay. I can understand this opinion.
2-0 or 3-1. I could be wrong. I'm willing to go double or nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I would not go double or nothing.
Okay. Exactly.
I definitely felt way more confident against Spain, mostly because of the coaching.
Yeah.
In the last match of the quarterfinals, will be France against Iceland, the hosts versus the team that can, I guess. Who are you picking in this one?
France. France is the home team. They have the better players. Iceland has done a great job, but I think France are going to win.
I guess I meant the team that could. That's the expression.
Yeah. I think Iceland. I think they always have a chance because they execute their game plan so well. But we'll see. France has had a little bit of trouble scoring, but and they leave it kind of late on. But I just see France winning. I think it's going to be a tough match. I think it's going to be 2-1 or 3-2, not 3-2, 2-1 or 1-0 or something like that. But I think France is going to win. And France is just a better team than England, so.
No, I definitely have to agree. I mean, Iceland can try their best approach, but I mean, France is eventually going to punish you. I mean,
yeah.
If we see, because I think Griezmann against Ireland in the first half is a little bit underwhelming. He could have finished a couple more of those chances, but in the second half, if his finishing is on point, and they've got plenty of other options up there. Gignac even played really well once he was brought on.
Really? I don't know if I agree with that.
That he played well?
Yeah, I mean, he gets his chances. I just don't think he just doesn't finish for the national team, at least recently. But he's a good player. I think obviously, Dimitri Payet.
I think Dimitri
Payet.
Payet does a lot, including scoring.
Yeah.
But he had some threatening set pieces in that game too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think that some players should be there over Gignac,
Right.
in my opinion, but I think that just shows how deep the pool is.
Right. The thing that is, though, N'Golo Kante and Adil Rami are suspended for this match, so Mangala will be there in central defense, and I don't know who will start necessarily for France in the midfield, but those are big losses, and maybe, just maybe, Iceland can exploit those losses for France.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. I mean, I think they're going to try the same approach.
No, I think so too. But Mangala is prone to making mistakes, and I think it's possible for them to take advantage of some of their shortcomings. I don't think it'll happen. I think France is going to win. I don't think Iceland. You can completely cut Iceland out because I think they do execute their game plan so well. Yeah, they execute their game plan so well, and I think the Icelandic manager will be able to see that France is missing those players and at least try to exploit those spaces.
Yeah, I think Mangala will be the more significant of those two losses. I mean, Matuidi and Pogba both have defensive ability.
Right. Rami will be the more significant loss.
Yeah. Mangala will be the more significant person being put in.
Right.
And, they both have defensive experiences. They both can get back as needed. And I think that Iceland, they can't win the midfield battle. They can't take the game to France. But you're right. If they can... If they can game plan it well and defend when they need to, and
which they have done, to be fair,
take advantage of their opportunities, maybe get a set piece goal, something of that nature, then yeah, I mean anything is possible. But I'm still taking France 2-0. I'll say. Okay. Full time. What about you?
I think I already said France 2-1.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're okay.
Yeah, I apologize. Towards the latter half of this episode, I started to feel a cold or something. I don't know what happened there. But before we leave, we have to talk about Ambitious Strike.
Yeah, Ambitious Strike is an awesome clothing apparel company. Go check them out. A soccer-themed clothing apparel company. Go check them out at ambitiousstrike.com. The link to their website is always in the description. Use the code BROTHERS at checkout for a 15% off discount.
Yeah, we're going to have an episode after the quarterfinals of the Euros. It's going to be very exciting, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah, and we're going to start covering some of the transfers. The transfer window officially opens soon, in a couple of days, and we'll start to be covering those, but the Euros are going to be our main focus from now on. I know we haven't covered them so much, but once they start to come to a close, we'll cover transfers, some of the new managerial appointments that have been made, Ronald Koeman to Everton, Unai Emery to PSG, and we'll start to cover those, as well as MLS. We're going to get back into the swing of things with MLS.
Yeah. We definitely have an exciting tournament ahead of us. Do you have a preliminary winner for this? Or do you think France?
I'm not going to say.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not going to say. I think I want to...
Well, I mean, it's easy to do that. Wait for the semifinal.
I think I'm going to go... I think France are going to win it. Yeah.
Just, and I know these two teams.
Or Belgium. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I think Germany's more talented than Belgium is, but...
Well, you have Italy winning anyway, so...
Yeah. I don't have Italy winning.
No, you have Italy beating Germany, so that's not a problem for you.
Yeah, it's not. That's what I was going to say, yeah. Right now, I really want to say that the final will be Belgium-Italy.
Yeah, that'd be a very interesting final.
Yeah. And I would say Belgium wins that game, though.
Right.
For some reason, so... Right.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to get out of here, but before we go, please follow us on our social media. Our Twitter and Instagram are at SoccerBrothersPod. You can contact us at SoccerBrothersPodcast@gmail.com. Rate and subscribe to us on iTunes. And we'll see you guys next time for episode 53 of the Soccer Brothers Podcast. Thanks for listening.